celebrating the world's most popular sport. This is Ultimate Soccer. And now your host, here's Soccer Steve.
I tell you what, I'm really glad to be back. I was playing in the snow about 11 days ago. I took a tumble and threw my back out like terrible, like back spasms for 10 days. Couldn't sit, couldn't lie. I had to stand up. I had to sleep like pretty much sitting up. It was terrible. But anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know why there was no show. So I'm back, I'm healthy, I'm happy, glad to be back. And one little added piece of information, there's a new schedule coming. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every week there will be a show every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, loaded with Canadian stuff, obviously. And I'll keep you informed on the guys overseas and the guys in the MLS. And each week we're going to profile two players. This week it's Alphonso and Ricky Laryea. And next week, you'll have to wait and see. Next week being next week. The next show being Wednesday, and then after that, Friday. Wednesday we'll cover two more guys. Friday, two more guys. And in a matter of weeks, we'll have covered the whole squad. Hopefully, by the time we get to the qualifying games. The qualifying games coming up end of March. Not long, not long. And by the way, get this, guys. This Thursday, March 10th, the tickets go on sale again. So get your tickets, and don't go to Ticketmaster's website. Go to the app. Use the app. It's like using the speed train against Canada Snail Mail. You know what I'm saying? So use the Ticketmaster app this Thursday and get your tickets. The game's coming off at BMO Field, if you didn't know. It is. And it's Jamaica at BMO Field. And I can see a sea of red. And I'd love to see some Jamaican fans there. Come on, bring it on, Jamaica. But I've got to tell you, this is our time, and we really are going to make it count. So, that's what I'm saying. Also, don't forget, next show's coming through. We've got a 3-game of Costa Rica, Jamaica and Panama coming up. Then we've got a pre-game of Panama coming through. And a few shows in between that too of just Canadian news. And that can be Canadian international or Canadian club player news. And that's internationally club player. That could be a guy over in Europe. It could be a guy here in North America. Could be a guy anywhere in South America or around the world. Wherever our guys are, we're going to touch base with them and tell you about them and how they're doing. So, moving forward, Alphonso Davies. What I'm about to tell you may shock you. In fact, it will shock you. I've looked at the stats and I've done some research. And before we get there, I've got to tell you, with Alphonso Davies at Bayern München, well, the coach, Christian Nailman, Mr. Nailman, he said in a press conference on Friday, after Alphonso had gone through a fitness or a health examination and they determined that no, he's not ready to come back, it's still a while away. That can be anywhere from 3 to 6 months away. He's already been down for 3 months when you factor in he was sick before Christmas, okay? Let's just go with that. It could be June before he comes back. So he's not going to be in the next window of qualifying. Don't think that Alphonso's coming back for qualifying, because it's just not going to happen. It really isn't. I mean, let's face it. There's no return date at the moment from Bayern Munich. He's had the recent health check. We get that. He's going to miss the qualifiers. We know that. But before he comes back to play for Bayern Munich, he's going to have to go into rehab training. So he's not going to go straight from sitting on the couch being lazy like Coach Nagelsmann said, and he was only joking, he wasn't serious. But Alphonso's been taking it easy, living relaxed, not training day for day. So it's going to take a while for him to get back to that level of training. Therefore, he's going to need rehab training when he comes back for Bayern Munich. And then a few weeks later, he'll get into the first team training. And after a couple of weeks, he'll get his levels up. So he's literally a month to 6 weeks away from playing again. By the time he's given the thumbs up by the doctor, the physio, or the training stuff, physio stuff, healthcare stuff at Bayern Munich. So we're going to have to wait out on that one. But I'm telling you now, he's He's a ways away from coming back. I mean, he really is a ways away from coming back. Do I see it happening anytime soon? No, I don't. And I'm sad to say it that he won't be in qualifying, but guys, get real. He's not coming back for qualifying. He'll be back in the Nations League, and he'll be with us at the World Cup. And I'll tell you what, let the kid get healthy. I'm really worried about him. You should be too. And I want to see what develops for Alphonso Davies. He keeps the ball in play, destroys Panama's day. Alphonso, woo, Alphonso, woo. He keeps the ball in play, destroys Panama's day. Let's hope he comes back and destroys someone else's day pretty soon. He's a phenomenal talent. And don't kid yourself, Bayern München are already looking for a replacement in the same calibre as Alphonso. Good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck with finding another racehorse like Alphonso Davies, because I tell you what, I don't think you can. He's one of one. He's not one of a group. He's not one of many. He's a genius in his own way, in his own right. So good luck on replacing him by Bayern Munich, because I don't think you can. In fact, I know you cannot. It's impossible. It can't be done. So here's something that's going to shock you with Alphonso. The stats. "11 games have gone through in qualifying. If you didn't know, Alphonso has played in 7 games and he's missed 4 games. He's missed the last 3. He's going to miss the next 3. So in end effect, by the end of qualifying, Alphonso will have played 7 and missed 7. Missed a 50%. And we're on top of the group. And if we get a couple of good results in the next 3 games, which I see happening, then Mr. 7 from 7, who's only been with us half the games, has done a great job when he's with us. And I love the guy, and I want him on the team every game. You cannot get enough of Alphonso Davies, from his beautiful smile and his gracious play. But 7 and 7, did you know that? By the end of qualifying, he will not have been there half the games. Now, moving on from that, the games that he's played with us, those 7 games he's played with us, I tell you what, it really tells a story. And you should be like into this. Because from the 7 games he's played, I've got to tell you, it's shocking what the numbers tell us. I'll give you the results. Honduras 1-1, USA 1-1, Mexico 1-1, Jamaica 0-0, Panama 4-1. Boom! What a great game that was. Costa Rica at Edmonton 1-0, and Mexico in Edmonton, Azteca 2-1, and it could have been 2-2, but Bojan makes that magic save in the last seconds. So there's them 7 games with Alphonso in the team. So look at it. 7 games, 3 wins, 4 draws, no losses, 10 goals for, 5 against, plus 5 goal difference, and 13 points. Now, when you look at it on face value, that's 42.8% win ratio with Alphonso in the team. That's 50-50. Like I said, those 7 games he's played and 7 he hasn't. After 7 games, it's 50% win ratio, pretty much, but it's 42.8%. Now, that's not really what you would say very good. But if you look at the win ratio when he's not in the team, it's staggering. It's staggering. 4 games. Just 4 games he's missed. It will be 7, but for now it's 4. Those 4 games, the first one was El Salvador. That was a 3-0 win. And then every game after that has been a 2-0 victory. That's Honduras, USA, and again El Salvador. So 4 games. 100% points haul. 12 points from 12. 4 wins from 4. 9 goals scored, none taken. Not a single goal conceded in those 4 games when Alphonso is not on the team. And 12 points from 12 is a 100% win ratio when he's not on the team. 42.8% win ratio when he's on the team. That I find absolutely staggering. Check the stats, guys. Check the stats. Do what you will. Crunch the numbers. But you're going to come up with the same stuff as I do. So I tell you what, I love him, I love him, I love him. I want him on the team every day. I love his big smile. I love his gracious play. But doesn't that shock you? When he's on the team, we're 42.8. When he's not on the team, we're 100%, 4 for 4, and not a goal scored against us. Amazing numbers. And really, when he comes back on the team, we should be even better. Because as this team has gone through qualifying, the numbers have got better, 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 better. So, keep that in mind. I found that quite staggering. I was surprised myself when I saw it coming through. I mean, I know that the 42.8% is not reflective of how we really sit in qualifying. And the 100% win ratio when he's not on the team, that kind of does. But sitting on the top of the group, I tell you, we're looking damn good. Take that, look at the pictures as they come through. But Alphonso Davies, that's pretty surprising. 42.8 on the team, 100% wins off the team. Check the stats, I'll tell you, it is as it is. Now, moving on, Ricky Laryea. Gone to Nottingham Forest on January 8th. He hasn't seemed to be figuring in much since he got there. In fact, he hasn't figured at all. And I've been waiting for coach Steve Cooper down at Nottingham Forest to get Ricky Laryea some playing time. And I keep on looking at Nottingham Forest and the lineup, 3 at the back, doing pretty good. And when Ricky Laryea signed for Nottingham Forest, they were in the top 6, challenging to get promoted to the Premiership, the Premier League. Now they're in 9th, and it's fading away. And it doesn't look like they're going to get in that top 6 to challenge to get promotion to the Premiership. I think that they're going to finish mid-table, and I think Ricky Laryea is going to stuck with a team that's really going nowhere. And that's not where he should be. His agent should have put him, Ricky Laryea, into a team that definitely was going places, or he should have stayed at Toronto. Now, I'm going to say this much. All the agents around the world are looking for their own pocket 9 times out of 10. They're not looking for the player's pocket, they're looking for what they can make financially. And the more that they can load up a player to another club and move him around and keep him moving around, the more money they make. That's why you see players going from club to club to club to club to club and never really making it in one club. They keep moving them around. No matter what league, no matter what level, you're going to find 25% of players get moved around all the time just to make up the numbers and make them agents some money. Agents, FIFA agents, I got no time for. I do not like that profession, and it's unnecessary. The player with a lawyer could do the same thing. Seriously. But Ricky Laryea. Nottingham Forest since January 8th. I tell you what, we're getting into the second week of March here pretty soon. Hasn't had a game, hasn't factored, and he probably won't factor. And if it keeps going on, it doesn't look good because Ricky needs to play. He will not miss the next window of qualifying, but he's going to get there and he won't be match fit. That lets Johnny Herdman know that Sami Adekugbe and Alistair Johnson are the starters. That's what I'd say. That's exactly what I'd say, because if you're not playing, how can I put you in the starting lineup? I could put you in game 2, maybe game 3, but not game 1. I've got to see where your abilities are. I've got to see where your fitness is. I've got to see where your desire is. I've got to have fighting people in my team. I could bring him on in the second half. Not a problem. But right now he's not getting games. And that's not good for Ricky. It's not good for the national team in essence that we're losing a player of match fitness. But in training, once he gets back, I'm sure Johnny Herdman can figure something into maybe game 2, maybe game 3. But if Ricky's not playing, that does nobody any favours. Now, since he's been there, he's been on the bench as substitute 2 times. Only 2 times. The last one was Monday, just gone, March 7, and that was an FA Cup game that Nottingham Forest won against Huddersfield Town. 2-1. They were 1-0 down, came back from the early goal down. 2 late goals in the second half was all it was, 2-1, and Nottingham Forest are going into the FA Cup quarter-finals. And if they make it past the quarterfinals, they go to the semi-finals, who knows what's possible, and then they can get to a final. If they get to a final, Yeah, I don't hear nothing on the phone here. Nothing's saying a winner for Ricky. But if they get to the final, anything's possible. But I think really next game is where it ends in the FA Cup competition. So check back next round, FA Cup, Nottingham Forest. I'm telling you, they're out. You could put some money on that and win some money. I'm telling you, they're out. So anyway, Ricky, we need him to get in that team to get some time, to get on the clock, to get him fit for the next round of windows. I don't think it's going to happen, but know this. He's going to be in a decent club where decent fitness is going to be had, and fitness in those clubs is pretty close to a game level. So he's not going to come to qualifying out of shape. He's going to be in shape. It's going to be kind of fine. The only thing he won't have is that bite in the tackle and that pristine timing on the pass. So maybe a couple of passes take about 15 minutes to warm up in the game, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Canada won't suffer. We got enough in depth, and as I alluded to Alphonso's stats, which will shock you, we do okay without our big players. And I think it's about this, right in the middle of yours and my chest, is the absolute love, respect and pride that we as Canadians have in everything we do. And we've emigrated from all around the world to make this country as great as it is. And it's only going to get better. And as far as soccer's concerned, it's never been this good. I'm containing myself, but I tell you what, people, we are going to Qatar, and that is the end of it. And I've told you this ever since game 1, because I see what is, and you see what is, and we see what is, and we are one. One is all we are, and we are going to Qatar. And it's that simple. So, get ready for some fantastic pre-Christmas viewing at a World Cup that we've never had. It's going to be fantastic. I'm so glad. I'll tell you what, it's like I've waited a lifetime for this moment. And there was a medium, a real medium, many years ago that said I would enjoy this moment in soccer in Canada. And that was told to me over 30 years ago. I didn't believe it quite then. I thought it was quite astonishing. But I probably will tell you that story Wednesday. Come on back for more. But we are going to Qatar, and we've never had it this good. I tell you what, I'm trying to contain myself, but love to all. And before we close it down, big thanks to Elaine. Big up to Scotty Granville and Lance on the West Coast. Big up to Joshua and Joseph on the East Coast. And Robert, my Morjex man, my big insurance geezer. Saves me lots of dosh. Makes me very happy. Oh yes! Canada, we're going to Qatar. You, me, we are one. One is all we are. We're going far, and it's called Qatar. Come back for Wednesday. It's going to be good.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.